I think we could get started by giving a little bit of background into yourself and how you got into the crypto space.
Yeah. So I, well, first off, yeah, my name is Kevin. Probably better well known at this point as CMS intern. I work at CMS Holdings, which is a fund in the crypto space that only has partner capital. And I've worked at CMS for almost 3 years now. Um, I got into crypto in like summer 2017 during my freshman year of college. Um, you know, downloaded Coinbase, just like really bought the only three coins they let you have, which was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Started trading around, like fell down the rabbit hole, really started to love some of like what I thought were kind of like the ethics or like the morals that you could promote with crypto. Um, and yeah, basically just like anyone else who follows the space, right? You get really interested in it, you invest, and that's was definitely addicting. So stayed in the space for a while until about November 2020. I was finishing up school and was lucky enough to get an internship at CMS. So I truly was an intern. And then yeah, basically um, reached out to Dan Metashevsky, who is one of the founders of CMS. He's the M in CMS. Um, Reached out, got on a phone call with him, and basically pitched myself as coming on as an intern. And the call lasted about 3 minutes and ended with him being like, "Yep, sounds great, uh, good to
Nice.
go." Was
So, what were like the key points of the pitch that really do you think sold yourself?
Yeah. Well, one, it was a warm intro through a mutual friend of ours. So I think that was like why he was even, why he was interested to even take the call. Um, and I think the way that I tried to sell the pitch at the time was like I was spending all of my time researching crypto, looking at coins, like kind of seeing where we're going to go. And this is right before we broke out of 20K, the old all-time high again. So I thought that was going to happen soon. I mean, I thought crypto would probably start going nuts if and when it happened. So I was going to be just researching crypto. I had 10 weeks off for winter break. Um, so I basically called Dan and pitched as if, or basically said, hey, I'm going to be doing all this research for the next 10 weeks. Anyways, I've been in the space for a little while. Um, if you guys want to just like point the finger and say like, hey, this would be useful for us to know more about, I'm probably going to learn 5 times faster because I know what you guys think is interesting. Um, and I'll be able to, my research will actually end in something that's like valuable for you guys as well. So like basically it was like, just tell me what you want to know more about and I'll do the research and send it to you after. Like, don't have to pay me anything like that. I'm happy to do it. And I think that was kind of like, it just made intuitive sense to him. And Dan doesn't really overthink things for anyone else who knows him. He's pretty quick on the trigger, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Yeah, I mean, sounds great, no downside." So, yeah, they did end up paying me. They made like a
Nice.
formal internship offer, but no, it wasn't part of the pitch.
Nice. That's kind of also how I got into the crypto space. I started off at a VC fund. Met up with the founder who interned for me back in college and like dropped out and then moved to San Francisco and just launched his own fund and did really well with that. And I had offered to intern for free just to like do DD on companies that they're interested in investing in. And yeah, that was my foot in the door and then ended up with like a full-time job after a month and a half or so. So yeah, I feel like yeah, that's
Nice.
like definitely like one of the good ways of getting into crypto VC. If there's anyone here that's wondering how.
Yeah, and I would think like just the market for working in crypto is so different from like many other spaces, right? I feel like banking and all of that, they've had like 60 to 80 years to kind of flesh out a formal standardized process. You apply like 16 months before the rolls open. everything on those lines. Crypto is very much not
Yeah.
like that, right? Like it's only really been a place that you can like work in without like more than 1,000 people can work in for like 6 years, right? So there aren't really these super long standing traditions or anything like that. It's kind of like if you're um, if you're like aggressive and you reach out and you look for opportunity there, then someone's probably going to notice you. But yeah, a lot more serendipity, I feel like, in the crypto job market than most other ones.
I agree, and I really like the ability to kind of quickly climb the ranks within the crypto space, being that, being an expert like doesn't necessarily come with like a length of experience. It's more so just about how much you know
Mhm.
within the crypto space versus like as you were saying in TradFi, right? It's like people who have been in the space or been working at the same bank for like 30 years or 40 years or so.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I fully agree with that.